What's up everybody? In this video, we're gonna go through a push workout routine that's gonna help you build max strength and muscle by utilizing efficient compounded isolation movements to maximize the development of your pushing muscles so that you get the best results. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, in this push workout, we're gonna first focus on exercises on targeting the chest. And the first one we're gonna do is the barbell chest press. The barbell chest press, it is excellent for developing max strength and muscle in your chest and pushing muscles because the barbell chest press allows you to press at heavier loads safely, which is gonna give it the advantage compared to other chest pressing lifts to be able to maximize your strength and muscle gains. The main muscles that you're going to be targeting when you're doing your chest presses is going to be that middle chest area. Your triceps are going to get a lot of work, as well as your anterior shoulder will work as a stabilizing muscle in the lift. And some key form tips you want to make sure you keep in mind while you're performing your barbell chest presses is to really focus on your grip. So you want to make sure that it's slightly wider than shoulder width apart. The easiest way I like to do it is normally on the barbell bars. You'll see like a little line or ring around like each thing as like a grip measure, and you want to align your pinky right with that. So when you line your pinky right with that and grip, that is the grip that you want to be at when you're getting ready to perform the lift. And you want to keep from arcing your back as well. You want to make sure that you keep it straight on the bench. If you see you having like push your back and shoulders off on your lift, you definitely want to lower the weights that you can properly lift that with good form. And you want to make sure as you're going down on your press that you touch the bar to your chest, but be sure not to bounce it off your chest. I know sometimes a lot of people get into that where they want to slam it down on their chest to get a little bit more of that momentum up. And you want to make sure you're really working your chest and muscles all the way through. So making sure you're not bouncing it and just letting it touch your chest and pushing all the way up is the way you want to perform it. And we're going to be doing a total of 5 sets on these barbell chest presses. And we're going to really be focusing on building max strength through these reps and sets. So sets 1 and 2 are going to just be some nice warm-up sets, knocking out between 10 to 12 reps on set 1 at about 55% of your max, then going up to about 70 to 80% of your max on the second set and getting in about 8 reps to get yourself nice and loose and get some blood flowing. Then sets 3 and 5 are going to be our power sets at about 85 to 95% of your max, with set 3 starting at 85% for 5 reps. And then for sets 4 through 5, you want to be lifting between that 90 to 95% of your max, getting in about 2 to 3 reps, really working on building that max strength and muscle. Then after you perform the 5th set, we'll go to the next exercise. All right, after we get done with the barbell chest presses, we're going to move now to the incline dumbbell chest press. And the incline dumbbell chest press, for one, it's going to change the angle in which you're pressing at to be able to target and work the upper clavicle fibers of the chest, while the dumbbells are going to also, unlike the barbell, will allow you to get a greater range of motion through your chest, will allow you to work each side unilaterally as well, which is going to engage more muscles to stabilize each side on the press, which is going to in turn enable you to more effectively develop and build muscle. The main muscles that you will be working in your incline dumbbell chest press, again, is going to be that upper chest area, as well as your anterior deltoids and triceps are going to get a lot of work in the press. And some key form tips you want to make sure you keep in mind when you're doing your incline dumbbell chest presses is, first, focus on the bench angle. So you want to set your bench angle at 30 degrees. This 30-degree angle is the one that has been proven to be the best at activating your upper chest. So you want to make sure that it is set there. Another thing you want to do is make sure you're getting a full range of motion in your press by lowering the dumbbells until they're about at chest level, and then pressing all the way up and focus on squeezing and activating the chest as you push it up. You want to keep from arcing your back too, and focus on keeping that back straight on the bench and engaging and bracing your core through each rep. That'll help you stay nice and stable and keep you from, pushing up off the bench too much, and keeping all of that focus on the chest through your presses. And on these incline dumbbell chest presses, we're going to do a total of 5 sets within the hypertrophy range of 8 to 12 reps. And on set 1 and 2, we're going to be relatively light, lifting at the heaviest weight that you can do for 12 reps on those 2 sets. Then set 3, you want to up the weight a little bit and do your max that you can do 10 reps on that set 3. And then at set 4 and 5, you want to up the weight again to your max. You can hit a total of 8 reps and do those on sets 4 and 5. And then after you get done with that, we'll go to the next exercise. All right, after we get done with these incline dumbbell chest presses, we'll now move to the high-low cable fly. And the high-low cable fly, unlike your pressing movements that are going to be more compound in nature, allows you to really specifically isolate the muscles in the chest and target areas in the chest that won't be as emphasized in your compound pressing movements. Using cables on your flies also allows you to keep the tension on your chest through the whole range of motion as well, which is going to make it more effective for building a more muscular and better looking chest. The main muscles that you will target in your high-low cable fly is going to be those specific muscles in the chest, but the high-low variation specifically enables you to hit that lower chest areas. And some key form tips that you want to make sure that you keep in mind when you're performing your flies is first really focusing on your stance. And key things you want to make sure in your stance is make sure that your chest and body is straight up and not hunching over too much. This is what is going to help you activate your chest the best through the fly. And I know you'll see a lot of times when people doing flies, they'll either have one leg out or both feet kind of like together. How you have your lower body set up really doesn't matter. It's going to be whichever one is comfortable to you. So whichever way you choose to do it, whether your feet are together or you have one foot out in front of the other, is going to be fine. And as you pull the cables together, you want to bring the cables down and out as far as you can away from your body. This is what's going to give you the greatest range of motion to develop the chest more effectively. And at the bottom of the fly, you want to really squeeze and hold until you really feel your chest contract before you come back out. And as you're coming back out in the fly, you don't want to overextend your arms because this can put a lot of pressure on your shoulder. So just focus on coming out until you feel that slight stretch in the chest and then going right back down. And on these high-low cable flies, we're going to do a total of 5 sets. You're going to go really light here, but really rep this out at 15 reps through these 5 sets. And after you get done with that, we're going to move to the next exercise. All right, after the high-low cable fly, we're going to now start putting a little bit more focus on the shoulders, starting with the standing dumbbell overhead press. The dumbbell overhead press is by far one of the top exercises for developing muscle and strength in the shoulder complex. The dumbbells, as I explained a little bit earlier, allows you to isolate each side and get a greater range of motion through your press, which is going to give it a huge advantage in results and muscle development compared to using other modalities to do an overhead press like the barbell. Performing them standing too also allows you to engage your core and lower body to stabilize you, helping you to develop core strength and power to develop a more well-rounded physique. The main muscles that you're going to be targeting in the standing dumbbell overhead press is going to be the majority of the muscles throughout the shoulder complex, like the deltoids and the traps, as well as the triceps and a little bit of the upper chest as well. Some key form tips when you're performing your standing dumbbell overhead press is to make sure as you get into your stance, you want your feet to be a little closer than shoulder width apart. And as you bring the dumbbells up into the starting position, you want to bring them up above your traps to about ear level and really brace your core to get in a nice, strong, stabilized position to keep your back from arcing. And then as you're pressing, you want to make sure that your elbows aren't too straight out to the side, as this is going to add a lot of unwanted tension to the rotator cuff. And instead, you want them to just be a little bit more out in front of you. And as you press up, you want to engage the lower body first by getting a little bit of a squat and pushing through your lower body up into your upper body to get your arms up and keeping your core tight to get a lot better power and strength on the press. And on these dumbbell shoulder presses, we're going to be doing a total of 5 sets. Again, lifting in that hypertrophy range, which is the best for helping to build and develop muscle. So on set 1 and 2, again, we're going to start out relatively light, doing your max. You can do 12 reps on those first couple sets. And then on set 3, we're going to start upping the weight a little bit. And on set 3, you want to try to get your max that you can do for 10 reps. And then on sets 4 and 5, we're going to go to your max you can do for 8 reps. And after we get done with sets 4 and 5 on this, we'll go to the next exercise. After the shoulder presses, we're going to now hit the cable lateral raise. And the cable lateral raise, it's the best variation of lateral raise to perform because the cable keeps the tension on the muscle longer throughout the whole range of motion. And you're able to get a greater range of motion in the cable lateral raise so that you're better able to activate the shoulder to more effectively build and sculpt them. The main muscles you're going to work in the cable lateral raise is going to be that lateral side deltoid and your middle shoulder as well. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind while you're performing your lateral raises is to make sure when you raise the resistance to only do it to about shoulder height. You don't want to go any higher or lower to keep the focus and tension on the lateral delt. You want to keep your arm slightly bent as you raise it up as well, leading out with your elbow. This will help you really activate that side delt a lot better. When you bring the weight out, you're going to really get a good 1 to 3 second hold and make sure you slowly return the cable back to that starting position to keep the muscle under tension for longer for better muscle development. And on these, we're going to really focus on being lighter on the weight and doing a lot of reps. So we're going to go 5 sets at about 15 reps on these cable lateral raises. And after we get done with that, we'll move to the next exercise. After the lateral raises, we're going to now do these face pulls. And face pulls, they're one of the best exercises for targeting the posterior muscles of the shoulder that can be underutilized in other shoulder exercises. The face pull, it's excellent for improving shoulder strength, shoulder aesthetics, and health by developing proper movement patterns in the shoulders. Face pulls are also a great corrective exercise because of that will improve your posture and help correct imbalances, which makes it a great foundational exercise to have in your shoulder routine. The main muscles that you're going to be targeting in your face pull, again, is going to be that posterior deltoids. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind when you're performing your face pulls is to make sure first focusing on your grip when you're grabbing the rope. You want to make sure that it's steady and grabbing the end of the rope with your thumb facing backwards towards you. You want to keep your shoulders pointing down as you pull backwards as well. You want to be sure to really squeeze your shoulder blades at the end of the movement and be sure to really pull the rope up to your face and not have it too low but below your chin or at your chest to make sure you're actively engaging the posterior delts. And we're going to go really light on these face pulls. Again, same with the lateral raises, going for 5 sets and 15 reps. And after we finish those, we'll move to the next exercise. And after we get done with the face pulls, we're going to finish this push workout out with the tricep rope push down. And the tricep rope push down is one of the best tricep exercises for adding size, definition, and strength to your triceps. The rope push down variation is so effective because of the function and the range of motion you can get using a rope compared to other push down variations like using a straight bar, for example, which is going to in turn increase the effectiveness of the tricep activation that you get. Again, the main muscle you're going to be targeting in the push down, of course, is that triceps with a specific emphasis on the lateral head. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind when you're doing your push downs is first, you want to just make sure you keep your elbows nice and tight to your side and avoid flaring them out. You want to keep from using too much momentum to get the weight down and instead just focus on driving through your triceps. If you find yourself having to use momentum, just lower the weight so you can do it with better form. And a big thing too you want to make sure is you don't let the rope come above chest level on the up portion of the push down to keep the triceps activated through the whole lift. And on these tricep push downs, we're going to do a total of 5 sets of these, and we're going to go about 15 to 20 reps through these tricep push downs, and that will finish out our push workout. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this push workout routine. And before we get out of here, I want to give you guys this verse. versus 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control."
I wanted to give you guys that verse because I believe, man, in the same way how we're working on training our pushing muscles to maximize the development and muscle in them, in the same way it's important that we really push ourselves out of fear when we're working on developing our relationship with God and accomplishing whatever it is that God put us on this earth to do. Fear is one of those really crippling things that can keep us from becoming the person that God made us to be and keep us from moving in the direction that God wants us to go. And I just want to encourage you, man, to look fear in the face, push through fear, and always exercise faith. One of the most powerful ways to overcome fear is just having a strong faith and belief in God and in yourself, that you can do whatever it is that you're believing God for. You can accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish through the strength and power that God can give you. So just wanted to encourage you guys with that. Guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, definitely be sure to leave a like. Definitely be sure to comment any questions, feedback, concerns. Would love to get all the different things and connect with you guys more in the comments, so leave all that below. Definitely be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification, because I'm always uploading new content every week to help you enhance your physique, your health, your wellness, and your faith through the foundations of fitness, nutrition, and a relationship with God. So be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of that new content. And also be sure to check out some of my other content as well. I'll leave some links in the description to some other stuff that I think will further help you. And again, I just want to thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next one.